Hello and welcome to the Dugout. It's the day after the T20 game between India and New Zealand, which didn't quite work according to plan. Plenty of things to talk about from there, which we of course discussed in our match point as well as the match report that I did. But we're going to be looking ahead to the T20 World Cup, because at the end of the day, the common consensus was this is a bilateral series. Should we be taking it seriously or not? The focus has to be on the World Cup. And come the World Cup, India is not going to be experimenting like they did yesterday. India is not going to be fidgeting with their combination, or they're not going to make a batter sit out and play an out-and-out bowler, even though they had 5 out-and-out bowler already. All these things India won't do. This is the time for experimentation, and I think Suryakumar Yadav also made it very clear that this is what their intent was, to experiment and give people who are part of the squad a chance. With that, I have a lot of questions to ask, but before I get to the questions, what an eventful night it was.
Champions League? 18 matches, how does one track that?
Boy, but what a match. Madrid, Benfica.
Which one were you watching?
I was watching
Barcelona, Copenhagen, right?
Yes, but then once they took a lead and
switched.
they had about 20-25 minutes left to play. They were 4-1, so I was like, this is done.
You enjoy Rashford's free kick?
I saw in the middle I saw it.
You still have the same opinion about it?
Yeah. But see, these things don't change the larger picture. But then I switched to Benfica, Madrid. What a match that was.
That gave you more happiness, na?
No, I am not sadistic that I would rather have my team win than look at the other team. But my point is, it's not about that Real Madrid lost. No. I'm just saying the game. Benfica the underdog. Jose Mourinho
the manager. Exactly. That's the story.
Exactly.
That's the story.
Coach of Madrid, one of his pupils at Real Madrid when Mourinho was coach. And then the interesting bit is that they are leading 3-2, and he believes that job is done. They needed a win to go through, and Madrid desperately need to score to come in the top 8. They started the game being top 3 and looking at being in the top 2-3. Top 8 get no playoffs. They automatically qualify. So completely sorted. Losing is push them out, so they need to draw to come back into top 8. So one more goal needed, and Benfica is happy that this is enough. Mourinho makes changes because he needs to now hold on. They are one man down. Red card to Madrid. So what does he think? I have to hold on to this 1-goal lead. Changes, attackers out, defenders in. This is my team. I have to save. As soon as he makes the changes, he's told, no. You need 1 more goal. Because on goal difference, you're behind.
Exactly.
And he was like, what am I supposed to do? His substitutions are done. He can't make any more changes. He's just replaced his attacking guys with that. You're leading 3-2, thinking winning the game is enough. But now you're told, no, you have to score 1 more goal to come up on goal difference and qualify in the top 24. And then
finishes 24,
and then he gets that thing, calls the goalkeeper.
Very strategic as well, because I was listening to his comments afterwards. He says that we were very clear with this because we tried this out a couple of weeks back as well, and he came close to scoring.
Yes,
he came close to scoring, so we knew he had the ability.
That's why I've told you to write that story.
Yes, and then the fact that he asked 2 players to be there in the midfield just in case there was a counter attack, and asked the goalkeeper. You very evidently could see this had come from the manager's dugout, from the technical area, that he wanted the keeper to go up
he
front,
kept saying,
and he wanted 2 players in the midfield as well.
No, he's saying goalkeeper. You can see up. Goalkeeper up.
Then he's just into the act after that, celebrating, asking the fans as well.
His first touch, the keeper's first, by first touch, I mean first
attacking touch
in a play as such, not in his D. Goal.
He scores a goal.
Boom.
Fantastic.
It was amazing.
98th minute, right? The last minute of extra time.
Absolute cinema. Final shot.
Yeah, final act of the game.
I mean, now he's the most popular Ukrainian after Andrei Shevchenko.
No, but I think it was Mourinho's night. Whatever said and done.
Was?
Mourinho's night.
Because of the context. And
absolutely.
He is a special one, right?
Yes. So there's another thing going, doing the rounds on social media where This apparently one guy calls him Jose, he doesn't look back, and then he says Mourinho, he doesn't look back, and then he says special one, and then he looks back and says
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to get back to cricket. For those of you who haven't seen the game, the highlights are available. Go and check this game out and understand the context of the game, then it'll add to the flavor of that particular match. But brilliant, that's what sport is all about. Talking about sport, Australian Open is on, and again we made our handshakes became very popular or unpopular, should I say, after the Asia Cup. India-Pakistan not doing it, and then it's carried on in different levels of competition. Under 19s also not shaking up. And today we had a scenario where a Ukrainian was up against a Belarusian,
yes.
and the Ukrainian said no shaking hands, and Australian Open agreed to it.
Yeah.
And Sabalenka also said, okay, it's her position, her stance, I'm fine. I just want to focus on my tennis.
That's.
So I mean just the point that politics and sports
they always
is not
mingle.
just happening in cricket; it's mingling everywhere.
It's always been that. The only thing that's happened in the last decade or so is, I think, the lines have really blurred. You could see that, yes, it was there, the mixing up was there. Now it's blurred to an even greater extent now, where it's no longer subtle anymore. There would be some amount of subtlety. Now that's going now, and it's becoming the accepted norm. The world is more polarized, the world is more divided now.
Yeah.
And given how geopolitics is playing out, where one country goes ahead, bombs the other, invades as well, there's a head of a state that gets captured by the US. Everything's happening. It's all sort of
that question that one of the congressmen raised, asked Rubio that.
Yes.
Did you hear that question? He said, I just want to know from you that if any other country was to come to the US and take a president hostage and take him away with them, would the US consider it as an act of war? And to which Rubio then starts replying, no, but we did it very quietly. There was no war. We didn't harm anybody. We just got the president because there was a human rights issue, whatever. And so this is not. He said, no, answer my question. Let's say another country also does and executes a perfect operation without harming the civilians, comes and takes the US president, elected US president, out of the country and takes away. Will the US consider it an act of war or not? And then he goes quiet and he said, listen, I am the most anti-war congressman that there is, and everyone knows under different regimes also I've always opposed war. So I'm the most anti-war person. But if anyone had to do that to the US, I would also say, yes, this is an act of war and we must act. How can somebody do it? And you are saying, no, this is not war.
Ironic.
Double standards by the US.
Totally. I mean,
that's a very good point.
Very good point.
Very nicely. And that's why I sometimes say, because a lot of time when we are discussing India, Pakistan and all, and a lot of times I think we are overwhelmingly in favor of India and we all back our country and we're nationalist in that sense. But once in a while we also show mirror as to some things that we may have done. And if that had happened, like for example in Bangladesh's case, as I said, Bangladesh was a misadventure. They shouldn't have done it. They've shot themselves in the foot. They will have a price to pay. And they needed to look at this scenario different to what was happening in India and Pakistan. And that I made very clear. But like I made a point saying that tomorrow if some country had done this to one of our players, in their domestic league also, removed him for whatever reason, wouldn't we have been nationalist and said, boycott this country, we don't want to have any cricket with them.
Of course.
Or we don't want to go. We would also been like that. So sometimes also it's good. We are all very nationalist, but I think the difference is between ultra-nationalism and being nationalist. And I think that's where you need to draw a line. So somewhere you need to find that balance.
Speaking of backing our nation, let's also talk about the cricket team of the nation, which we also back as well.
Yeah.
We're talking about tough.
No, but Bangladesh, I believe, is sending a shooting team since we are on the subject of Bangladesh.
In the national capital itself.
I mean, South Asian governments doing these kind of things. Where have we heard that before?
Tells you one story.
No, so if the shooter is safe, the cricketers were not.
Exactly.
But let's be honest about this. Just about a few months back, last year, we were talking about how the cricket team from our own land did not go. But the Bridge team had gotten a few...
Davis Cup team?
The Davis Cup team had
Bridge
gone...
team, to chalo, nobody would have known. Davis Cup team is still a
exactly
big enough...
So
It is the World Cup of tennis, Davis Cup in that sense.
So the moment I read that piece of news, I was it in many ways was just what we've done. It's the same politics playing out there as well. There is no other trick, certainly, that countries in this belt seem to have at the moment. The nationalistic fervor is the same. The approach is the same. The priorities, the handling of people, the handling of politically charged sentiments. It tells me it's all the same. Same playbook, nothing different.
It's like
Cricket won't
wo
go.
करे तो रामलीला, वो करे तो
मैं करूँ तो character dealer.
So, it actually made me smile a bit. The moment I saw that, like, those Akhand Bharat jokes and all of people saying these are countries cut from the same fabric, it doesn't get more real than this.
Yeah.
Even after partition, even after so much war, even after all the segregation that has happened.
Divided by borders, united by politics. That's all I can say at this point.
Remember Siddharth made a comment about the DNA the other day. If this doesn't tell you about the same DNA, if this doesn't tell you about, just same traits, I don't know what else will.
No, as in, I mean, talking purely in terms of science, and now genetic studies have really advanced in the last 10 years. It is a common fact that people from Pakistan share a much closer DNA with people in North India than people in North India share with people in South India, even though they're the same country.
Yes.
And ditto, people in Bengal share quite a common DNA with people in Bangladesh. Then people in Bengal might be sharing it with someone in Maharashtra or in Punjab or whatever.
Exactly.
So
you could also add a Sam to the list because things are being...
I know, but I'm still saying religion came much later into the subcontinent.
Yes.
I mean, the people who are staying here, Hinduism is the oldest religion, and then, Buddhism, and then Islam and Sikhism, and the religions came in different periods, and there were good thousands of years of 500, 600 years between all of that. But before all of that came, when everyone must have been a pagan, no? Praying to the elements and spirits. Everyone was that before organized religion actually came. So they were the same people only. Then later everyone chose their own religion, and then became...
From Vedic times to other times, it just changed. The generational shift.
Anyway,
There's one religion in this country that everyone likes.
Cricket.
That is
Cricket.
By the way, that is pretty common across the subcontinent.
Exactly. Divided by borders, united by politics and cricket.
It has to be the most cricket crazy region in the world.
So we've got 20 crore people over there. Now we know 200 million or whatever he said. 20 crore people you've got in Bangladesh. And you've got 1.4 billion people here. And a couple of
Pakistan is
few millions over there, and cricket can sustain courtesy 3 countries.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot a fourth here. Come on.
Afghanistan, Sri Lanka.
Exactly. What wrong
Sri
did
Lanka.
poor Emerald Isle Sri Lanka do?
Not poor, yeah.
But it wasn't part of Akhand Bharat.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't. Only divided by a strait.
Don't bring Ram Setu here.
Yes. Only divided by one strait.
Yeah.
Not a Setu. Park Strait. That's
Okay,
it.
anyway. Jokes aside, let's get back to cricket, to the topic at hand. And the topic was what India are looking like the best team. That is established. Anyone has any doubts? Anyone thinks India is not the best team?
It is the best
in T20 cricket at the moment. Nobody does that. So they obviously go in as the favorites.
I'm glad we can say this a day after we've just lost a match, which is good.
No,
which is good because which is part of it, exactly.
One game
but it
here,
doesn't change
2
much.
game here doesn't change much. But our subject is, what is the one thing that you have to be very against? What is that one thing that can stop India from winning its 3rd title? Because as of now, it seems like India are favorite to win. So that's what we're going to debate. Before that, since I was talking about players coming in and going out, is it looking slightly risky for Washington Sundar now? 4th of February is, I believe, he has to go through a test, which means now your 31st deadline will be over. That means you can't do any free changes. You will be allowed to make a change, but then they have to be permanent. So if you pull out Washi, then whoever you bring in is a permanent change, then Washi can never come back.
Come back.
So that is not a call you might take. You can also look at, if let's say he's not fit to begin with, I don't think he's a starter anyway that you have to worry. So you could still wait a few matches and then have him back. provided he will be available a little later with that in mind. But is it now a bit of a sticky situation for the Indian team when it comes to Washi? And was that the reason why when Suryakumar Yadav said we want to give players that are part of the T20 World Cup a chance, and so you didn't play Shreyas Iyer but you played
Ravi Vishnu.
Ravi Vishnu, who's not part of the squad, kind of telling you that the team is looking in that direction?
I think they are. Because see, it is a muscle tear in the rib area. That is what because the official reason has never been given by the BCCI why Washington Sundar is out. They are speculating it's a side strain, but it's a muscle tear. And that means the Baroda ODI happened at the very beginning of January 11th. 2 weeks have already elapsed. He's not even begun match simulations at the Center of Excellence. If it's a muscle tear, it's very hard for him to come back. Very hard. Because the automatic healing and natural healing takes 3-4 weeks. Unless he's blessed with a very good immune system, then it will heal quickly. But it doesn't look like it will heal quickly. So I think that confirmation will come, or are India willing to do what Australia did with Travis Head? He got a broken hand. But then he played, he didn't play the first 5 games.
Second half
he played the second half. But with the nature of the tournament the way it is, can you afford to get Sundar back in the second half? When you know that every single game, your team combination will have to be spot on in every single game.
I think you can. I think India should be doing this only. At the moment, no panic stations per se, because when you look at the strongest 11 that you can have, you know there's no room for Washington Sundar over there. Washington was probably going to be maybe, just a turner of a page or something that you just want to rotate. Aksar, exactly. If you want to just rotate, exactly.
Not even condition specific.
So yeah, that's when he was about to come into play anyway. Do I need to start the tournament with Washi necessarily? I don't. Do I need him at some point if I just want to give game time at some stage? Maybe I can look at it. And do I have the time to wait? Yeah, it's a 1 month long tournament. It's a long drawn out tournament. He doesn't start for me because see, you've had your team around him in many ways. There have been times he's made it straight to the 11 in bilaterals. So clearly he's part of the plans. But if the provision is there, because once I get a replacement for him, there is no way I can get him back in the tournament. If I don't need him at the start of the tournament, and if I have time to bring him in at some point later on, what stops me?
I also think, I feel this is what India might do is 31st deadline will go, they'll wait for that test at the Center of Excellence on the 4th and then take a decision. Let's say if the test is not looking good and he requires another couple of weeks, then I think it makes perfect sense to go to the replacement. If he passes the test, then he's going to be available immediately, so you don't have to stress at all. You anyway start your campaign 4-5 days after that, so there's enough time. Even if he has to miss a few games, I think the one big miss at all for the first 10 or 12 days will only be the India-Pakistan game. Other than that, your group games, you don't have to worry, and the action really starts from the Super 6 stages. So, I think you can afford to wait on Washington Sundar. There is no other like-for-like replacement. You're being forced to get an out-and-out bowler in his place, which is also not ideal. So, no harm in waiting for a Washi Sundar. But I think they're just keeping Bishnoi prepared that just in case that 4th test doesn't turn out the way that they want to, then make a change. So they'll wait.
I think
that's the right call also.
That's the right call. I think they'll do what Australia did with Travis Head or with James Faulkner in 2015, where he had a side strain, took him close to 4 weeks.
Gill had dengue also in the 23 World Cup.
In the middle of the tournament, I think. And then he recovered after 2 weeks.
First couple of matches he missed, na?
I think after the Afghanistan game, I think he didn't play. He played the... Did he play the Australia game?
I'm just trying to recall. You lost?
I think no. Yeah, I think no. He did.
First couple, I think he missed. And
I think after the Indore ODI, where he played against Australia, I think he had a bout of dengue. Then he didn't play, and then afterwards he came towards the fag end. So I think they will. It's a right call to make. But anyway, see, it'll come. So, ICC technical committee approves this change also. So I hope that doesn't happen.
What's the one thing that worries you, or does anything worry you at all, or lots of things worry you?
I know they won't do it, but I don't want a repeat of that foolish experimentation that they did in Vizag. Be it for USA, be it for Namibia, be it for any game that is there, please don't experiment with 6 batters and 5 bowlers. Please.
Is that really your only worry or one of the couple of worries?
One of the couple of worries.
Okay.
Because see, you cannot experiment. I'm sorry. I mean, you may have been the best winning side for these 2 years, but you have never won a 5-match T20 series outright. It's not been final. It's either been 4-1, it's either been 3-1. You've lost one game. That one irritating game is there wherein some things have not clicked. And I think most likely it boils down to the experimentation either in the team combination.
It's like asking for the stars and the moon. You're asking for 5 zip. That's very difficult.
Very close to a T20 World Cup. You did a 5 zip against New Zealand in 2020. There.
I was saying in the way that the game's moving, the way how cricket has evolved, I think for any team doing a 5 zip in today's day and age, it has to be a David versus Goliath.
Look at the situation. You had New Zealand down and out after that onslaught in Guwahati. Okay? New Zealand just didn't know what to do. You come to Vizag, play the same team, give a statement of intent like, boss, we are ruthless. Anybody who's coming in our path, we are going to swat them away. But no, Suryakumar Yadav, because I'm using his words, these are not our words, purposely played 6 batters. I don't know why. You want to make a statement of
I
intent.
saw the reason. I saw sense in that.
Why?
You only used your 5 regular bowlers. Your 5 specialists were the only ones. There was no, over to Abhishek,
is also a
Hardik.
specialist bowler.
Yeah.
But I'm just going by, how the team defines it or how team sheets are prepared.
No, I think what he
You've
said
seen
about batting. No, he's talking about batting.
But I'm saying if you just take a closer look at how the bowling was also used, when
we
you're
did,
not
we
giving Hardik, Dubey and even...
No, that's because you're giving your bowlers a chance. You could have still done it and had a batter as well.
And you could have had a lesser total to chase also as a result. Dubey's been getting you wickets with the slower ones right through this series. Hardik is a natural wicket taker, we know that.
I'm saying,
the picture could have been different.
That's still conjecture. I'll say that you didn't miss out much on bowling. Instead of some overs, if Hardik and Dubey, see again, Hardik and Dubey are not better than the ones who are bowling.
But you're using Hardik at different stages. I think striking
yes,
for you.
Hardik, yes. Dubey is matured, but Dubey wouldn't. I mean, at the moment, see again, it's conjecture he would have done, but he's no better than a Arshdeep or a Bumrah or a Harshit or whatever. No.
Have we not been appreciating the fact that he's been rewarded with breakthroughs every time?
But you have to see where the benchmark is. No, Harshit, we are happy with him not being a bowler to now becoming contributor.
Yeah.
But I'm not putting him ahead of a Harshit or Arshdeep or a Bumrah.
Agreed with you.
They are the ones who bowl.
Agreed with you.
So you've not lost out on bowling on that front. That Dubey didn't bowl. Or to an extent, I agree. Hardik is a top-notch bowler, out-and-out bowler. But again, as I said, I'm still not rating him ahead of an Arshdeep and a Bumrah. As a bowler, Hardik's utility and why he's so essential to the team is because he's a proper all-rounder. Yes. He's a match winner of the bat. So I don't think, even if you had bowled your bowlers in a Hardik,
would have been chasing a lesser total for sure.
Not necessary. That's conjecture. No, that's a conjecture. There is nothing to prove. See,
I'm only going by. My only reason is he has bowled with the new ball for you. He gives you breakthroughs in the past.
He has also gone for 14-15 runs and over in this series. He has. Let's be honest. There is nothing to... See, if you didn't bowl a Bumrah, eyes closed, I'm saying you have wasted a few runs. I can't be 100% sure about a Hardik. On a given day, he can be a match winner.
Yeah, but the same bowler with whom you started the Champions Trophy and you were... He was your second bowler.
But Harshit, why? It's not because you wanted to strengthen your batting. You have to understand. I'm not saying you've compromised on your bowling. If your bowlers, let's assume they did not play another fast bowler, let's say in Harshit, and played a batter, hypothetically speaking, and Hardik bowled those many overs. I'm just talking about bowling. There's still a good chance, and nothing tells me that New Zealand wouldn't have gotten 215. There was nothing that drastically missing in the Indian bowling. You played your best bowlers, give credit to the batting lineup. That day they scored runs. A Dubey or a Hardik are not a Jasprit Bumrah game changer or a Varun Chakravarti. But that's the thing. But the batting did suffer because the batting will never be like this. The bowling can be like you say in Hindi, it was 19-20. Hardik could have done very well, or Hardik could have had an ordinary day also. I don't know. So there was a good chance you were chasing that. But in your batting though, there's a big
Absolutely,
gap.
there
na?
one batter less for
Exactly.
sure.
In fact, many will say 2 batters less. When an Akshar is playing and you have a Tilak playing, that will be your batting lineup, right? Then you're 2 batters short.
Yes.
Which will never be the case. So I think your big difference yesterday was not so much your bowling. I think with your best bowling also, on a given day, a team can get this total. They can get, even if you play your best bowling lineup. I think that's the realization that we had yesterday, that our best bowling effort also, we play our best bowling team, opposition can get 215. But you know what? It's not that the opposition has not been getting. India's record, which we are so proud of in the last year and a half, there have been teams that have gotten above par total. But what has been the big difference maker is your batting.
Batting, yes.
No matter what the opposition was making. I'll give you another example. In this series only, New Zealand got 208. 215, I said 208, you bowled your proper bowling according to situation, how you have to bowl. India chased it down in 16 overs, sir. So 1850, 208, 15, hardly any difference. No? The difference yesterday was, that's why I say, not going back to bowling, India will get hammered for 215 is a possibility in this World Cup. Even when they play their best bowling lineup, there will be occasions where India will have to be chasing. But what gives me confidence is this batting lineup, when there are a full-fledged batting lineup playing 9.5 times out of 10, they will chase it. Yes. That brings me to the point that what worries me, it's that 0.5%. That 0.5%.
Okay.
That, see, I mean, as of now, you ask me which is the team that's going to win the World Cup. If I had to pick one, eyes closed, India. I'm not being patriot here. They are the best team, eyes closed, India. There is, if you ask me, is there a team in this tournament that can win this World Cup without losing a single match? Eyes closed, India. Only team. It's shown you for the last year and a half. But is there something you can fix? Like, I know that a lot of people will talk about that one bad 20 minutes, half hour, whatever. It's happened. It's happened in the past.
Multiple times over.
Yes, but that also doesn't worry me. Because firstly, a lot of time those bad half hours are more harmful in ODI cricket. Because you have a bit of a collapse. It's a longish game, 50 over. So it's tough. In a T20 setup, because there are phases where you lose wickets. It happens. This Indian team has also been 38 for 3 or things like that. And yet would touch 250 or that way range. So I'll give an example. Asia Cup final. I was there. You had that one bad half hour. You were 3 down for almost nothing.
In this series as well, you were 6 for 2.
Yes.
Then comes
But that wasn't a bad half hour. But I'm saying there you were 3 down. Shubman was a 3rd wicket to fall, 30 something for 3 down, chasing a competitive total on a tricky pitch. But I know that this team has it in them. The depth is so much. 8 batters who can win you. So even that, people will say, bad 20 minutes or bad half hour. I don't think that is also an issue. The only thing that worries me is, and again, batting also, there will be a situation where multiple batters will get out, but I think someone or the other will cover up. Yesterday, it did not happen because you played batters less. Reverse that situation with 2 more batters playing, you're chasing this particular total down as well. So I'm not worried about batting bad half hour, 20 minutes. Only thing that worries me is that on a given day, someday, what New Zealand has notched up is in today's day and age a par total. Only thing that will worry me is that on someday, one person goes mad, an opposition batter, and in a T20 game it can happen, right? Like a crazy knock.
Glenn Maxwell,
Josh Butler type. Some days they have 45 ball, 120.
Just go that one extra foot that Klaasen missed that day.
Klaasen, like he was going. If he had not just shot himself.
Couple of inches away he was from completing a maverick chase.
Not the way he was back. So I'm saying on a given day, that one crazy T20 knock, I just hope that in the knockout, which will be because you have the appetite of handling that crazy knock in the group stages and even in the second stage, because overall you'll win most games, so you will not have a problem reaching the semis. I don't see I will lose anything if India don't make the semi-final. No matter what the scenario, no matter somebody goes crazy, bad 20 minutes, I think this team will take you there. The problem is that I just hope on that semi or a final, you don't have
Travis Head.
a bizarre, crazy, mind-boggling. Because sometimes it's not even so much down to your bowling. Sometimes a batter is just in phenomenal form where he says, and that is the only thing worries me. But can other teams do that? Do they have batters to do it? That's the question.
Which other team can do it?
T20 cricket, Siddharth. I'm not going to discount or say a sweeping statement like there's no other person on this planet who can go bonkers. Tristan Stubbs, who's now managed to come into the team. Do you really put it past? I know below par he's been off late, which is why he didn't make it to the initial shortlist. But it's the same person who's been getting 190 strike rate in the death overs for 2 seasons in the IPL. And just saying one name over here, there are so many other people. Tim David can go absolutely bonkers. You never really know. So there are people. Let's really not. Did we see Maxwell doing to us what he almost sort of did on the 29th of June?
He did it against India in Barsapara, one particular game. He hit a brilliant 100.
But my fear is a little different than yours. My fear is it ultimately leads to a bad half hour, but I just can't see how this doesn't cause a problem for India and again put you in that sort of a situation. I think it's the moving ball. The moving ball, beat in India, beat away. You saw that.
India, where will it happen?
Again, that's the only thing.
But where will it happen?
None of us ever thought that the wicket would really dry up on the 19th as well. The wicket did dry up.
Different
and
format.
that was a man-made disaster.
Different format.
And a man-made disaster.
Different format.
I think you've learned, however, you never know if you're playing in Guwahati if the ball swings a bit. Yesterday as well, remember the moving ball, and I was looking at Abhishek's numbers as well. We saw that somewhat in Australia too. The moving ball has caused Abhishek a bit of a problem. It has caused Suryakumar Yadav a bit of a problem as well. If that top order doesn't get going and if the ball's moving, Matt Henry, Manchester, we know the story. Again, this is not going to be Manchester like suddenly anywhere across the country, but that moving ball worries me. One, too many batters over here who are not used to playing the moving ball. They're used to playing with hard hands through the line, which is exactly what's been happening across T20I series. Beat South Africa, beat this series. But we were witness to conditions in Australia as well. And that's my only fear. The moving ball is a thing out of the syllabus, and that's my only worry. I have no other worry at all. But just yesterday when I saw Matt Henry bowl the way that he was bowling, if those conditions or if that sort of a spell was to be a little more long lasting than it was.
Apart from that, Abhishek, I think that was also down to his shot.
He troubled Surya a bit.
Yeah, Surya, the first couple of balls, again, he was adjusting.
But it is not surprising with Surya.
Yeah, so that's my only worry. I'm glad I'm talking about something chances of which are less, which tells me that so many other things are covered. But this is the one thing, the moving ball. Couple of times we've seen beat in the air, be it you're just off the deck. In the air worries me a bit more. Off the deck can just happen if it's a cross seam delivery, etc., etc. But I just hope the ball doesn't move in the air, because that I know causes a bit of a problem to a couple of batters in this lineup.
My one worry is our batting has been spectacular ever since June 2024. Okay, our bowlers have always stepped up. This Indian team is a team where no one is chasing individual milestones. We all are gunning for glory right from ball one. Number 1 to number 8, bowlers.
So what do you mean? There were players who were chasing individual milestones before?
I think that allowed them to play with a very conservative way. That's why a 150, 160 strike rate would often lead you to be in 15, 20 runs under par. Now you're going for par plus.
Ash Anna, who said that in his podcast.
Or even Rahul Dravid said this very recently. Yeah, he was very effusive about Rohit the
because even Ashwin, that one point I will just hold him on to in that quote.
Let's be honest about it. Chasing milestones in the subcontinent is a reality. And I think we are the protagonists of it.
Because we were late in catching up with the curve, but now we are well ahead of the curve. But in this last 5-6 months, there have been 3 or 4 players who have been very inconsistent. Okay, Abhishek Sharma can give you a spectacular 30 ball 90, but can fall first ball. Now you see when Abhishek goes, what will happen? It can lead to, we have to recalibrate. But then how quickly can you recalibrate? Sanju Samson, less said about it, the better. There is 1 year where he's had a big skyscraper, the rest have been troughs. Okay, Suryakumar Yadav. Yes, 2 matches in this series he scored 50s. But it doesn't hide the fact that the rest of the broader picture of Suryakumar Yadav, he has been in woeful touch. Now, my only concern is Yes, we'll make it to the semi-final. I mean, that's such is the way that our batting form is, that our team is. We will make it to the semi-final. What if all those inconsistencies that have been plaguing you occasionally, they crop up on that one bad day? Abhishek fails, Sanju fails, Surya fails.
The Asia Cup final for you? Which was the Asia Cup
But
final?
that's the difference, Siddharth. That's what I explained. That with this team, when they play with 8 proper batter, they have leverage for that. That is what allows them to play like that. They are already taking into account there will be 3-4 failures. Like for example, Abhishek after Asia Cup has been woefully out of form, including that final till now this series.
Yeah.
But India's continued to win. Yeah. So the thing is, because that's the difference. What sets this team apart compared to all other teams? Why am I saying this is favorite? Because they have multiple match winners. And see, any team, like when Australia used to dominate, why? We used to talk about their batting lineup.
Yeah.
It's not that Ponting worked every day. It's not that Hayden worked every day. It's not that Gilchrist worked every day. But since they had so many, it's not that Damon Martin worked every day. Since they had so many, they knew that failure is part of the game. 2-3 of our big guns are going to fail. But that's it. We just need 2 other guys in that lineup to get up that day, whoever those 2 are, and you do the probability or whatever, somebody is going to be on good form that day. That's enough for us. I think that's the difference. Our previous T20 teams, 1 or 2 match winners you would have. If they didn't work,
you had no plan
gone.
B.
Now it's changed, and I see that's the problem. I'm just looking at, let's take a look at, this is the biggest difference. Look at the Australian team, right? There is a Travis Head that I'm just telling you, you are the opposition. Now think of the team that you're playing. So if it's Australia, Travis Head, Tim David, 2 players I know can on a given day make me look helpless and take the game away from me. So, but only 2. Yes, there is a Mitch Marsh, there will be a Glenn Maxwell. Those are players. But I know these are inconsistent. They are not the kind of players that I'm worried all the time. They are hit and a miss. Multiple there. 2 genuine players I have to be scared of, or they have a stoiness. But I know all of these are hit and a miss player. Look at South Africa. Okay?
Markram.
No, I'm not putting Markram in a player that I'm scared of. Devil Brevis, yes.
Brevis, yes.
I am putting him in a situation that I'm scared. To an extent, okay, I'll put a Stubbs. I know there will be a Rickleton. I still haven't seen enough that I'm going to be scared of. Markram, good batter, can do well, but not reach the stage. Miller also, inconsistent, not a stage that I'm scared
Same
of.
with QDK.
Same with QDK, not consistent. That's what I'm trying to say. This is. Then you look at the bowling as well. You look at South Africa, right? Okay, Janssen, good, but I'm not scared of Ngidi. I think he can just hold his own. I'm not scared. Rabada, sure, but I'm not scared of him. There will be Rabada still not looking like the Rabada he is. Keshav Maharaj is your spinner, is not scaring me that much.
Yes.
And then they have the Linde or whatever.
George Linde.
I'm not scared. See, these are not looking. Look at their bowlers. Look at Australia also, for that matter, right? There is Pat Cummins, not the same. Only Hazel God, one bowler. I know on a given day will do something.
Zampa.
No. Compare them. He's a good bowler, but compare it to the Indian bowling lineup. You have a Kuldeep, Varun, match winners on the given day. You have a Bumrah, you have Arshdeep, 2 of the best fast bowlers that you have. So you have multiple options. That's what I'm saying. If you look at the Indian batting lineup also, from the top, you take a look at it. Let's say if it is Abhishek, Ishan Kishan to start with, Tilak Verma, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dubey, Rinku Singh, Akshar Patel. I'm telling you, each of those guys have shown you in the last year and a half that they can win you the match with the bat. And so that's why I'm saying this is why India is looking, because of availability of multiple match winners, your probability works better. Of course, India will have failures, what you're saying, inconsistent. Of course, 3-4 of them will not work. But then the rest 2-3 will take over that day. And someday those 2-3 will be different. Someday those 2-3 will be different. But in other teams it might happen. Those 2-3, they don't work, no. They are really looking for a hero that day. And this used to be an India problem. This is what India also used to go through, which Australia at one time had the luxury of. I don't think they have that luxury now. And that is why I'm saying India is, in that sense, much better.
Play the right team combination in all the
that
games.
I'm not worried about. Even though Siddharth, you mentioned that
it's sorted, the team combination.
Everyone knows. I think yes, they got a bit experimental. That's one, but Sure enough, they're not doing that.
Because the
Sure
problem
enough.
is, see, you can. That's what Rohit Sharma also said. That why did we not win multi-nation ICC events? Because I could plan for one team in a bilateral series, but then when I have to plan for different teams, I would then somewhere down the line make a misjudgment. See, now the Super 6 allows you that luxury that I can go gung-ho for the semi-final. But then it's in that semi-final and final where you have to play the best team combination for that particular pitch that you're
But for your planning also, na,
Arre,
again,
Siddharth,
for anyone
pitch at times you got to know much before where you're playing.
But for your planning also, na, you need to have the personnel for me to, if
Yeah.
I'm the captain, I need the personnel to execute the plan. I think you have the luxury of those personnel.
Yes.
And then you can execute the plans, which Sky is lucky to have at his disposal.
He's got 5 pace bowling options. He's got 3-4 spin bowling options. So yes,
Destructive batter.
he's blessed with abundance.
You need
now
that.
you have to use that abundance very
Sure.
wisely.
Sure.
That's the only thing.
Okay, we'll dive into some questions. Not taking any live questions today, but we also would like to take some comments that you send on our post-match show that we do live after every game. So today we've picked questions from Match Point last night when India lost. And we don't mind taking critical questions or any other question. We take all. But questions that are
Civil.
troll-like, questions that are
Abusive.
attention-seeking, those are the questions we ignore.
Yeah, we ignore rage baiting questions.
Rage bait questions, and we have no time
We'd
for
like to believe we're civil people and we want to interact only with
civil people.
civil people.
Yeah, let's all be
Not-
civil Kausiks.
Okay, we've got V Sapra. He says Sid was the one who kept taunting Surya when he said he was out of runs, not out of form. Now he is after Sanju. Yes, Sid.
But
Sanju's out of form, out of runs.
But to be fair to Siddharth, I think the overwhelming majority has been saying remove Sanju and get Ishan. So you're not the only one. Yeah.
I'm not doing. But then look, how could you drop Suryakumar Yadav when he's out of runs? He's your captain. You had a chance to do it in 2025, but then you stuck with him throughout 2025. 2025 was the most horrible year that Suryakumar Yadav had in his career. Because internationals, he
He had an outstanding IPL.
internationals.
No, you're saying horrible year.
As I said, Mumbai. Wankhede. He needs the comfort of Wankhede. And that's
No,
what.
he was scoring runs outside Wankhede.
Yeah, he scored in Lucknow, he scored
he had
in
a string of
Jaipur.
50s, na?
Yeah, no, I
Record
think
for most consecutive
11
50s.
plus consecutive 40 plus scores. That's
something
something like that he had. Yeah. So he did score, but then IPL was an oasis in the middle of a desert that was international cricket for Suryakumar Yadav. How can I drop the captain? Sanju is not my captain, so I have the luxury to go one step ahead and say, look, he is out of form. And please, I know Sanju Samson, justice has been hard done. He's been hard done. Whenever he got a chance on a spicy wicket in Melbourne, you put him at number 3, you drop him for the rest of the flat wicket matches that happen. Agreed. 2024, 300s, agreed. But that's an anomaly, an outlier. Sanju's career prior to that, Sanju's career after this. I'm sorry, it's been troughs and nothing but troughs.
Okay, we've got Ashwin Srinivasan. He says they should have tried to bowl some overs from Dubey and Abhishek in this match and played only Bumrah, Arshdeep, Hardik, Kuldeep. I mean, in an ideal scenario, you're absolutely right. That's the team combination. But then we heard from the captain. He said, we don't mind experimenting. We won the series. It's a bilateral. We want to experiment a few things. So with that in mind, I'm okay.
Again, Ashwin Srinivasan saying, completely agree with Nikhil. Harshit Rana is a bowler who can bat, not an all-rounder. I hope the team management listens to that. Management cannot trust him at number 7 or 8, but he's been honed to do that. We should have tried Shahbaz/Krunal in case they are a backup to Aksar and if Washi is injured. But I think that decision's already been made. If it happens, that change, maybe Ravi Bishnoi.
Bishnoi looks like the front runner.
Yeah.
That's why he's playing all the games. CV Rajan is saying, why is Shreyas Iyer picked in the squad if the thought is always to experiment only with the World Cup squad? Where is Tilak Verma? No news about him. Well, Tilak Verma is going to join directly for that warm-up game.
Yeah.
On
South
February.
Africa, right?
So there's good news on that front. He's recovered well before many thought he would, and that's great news. So I don't think he's passed the test at Center of Excellence. So he's going to be available from the warm-up match onwards.
Yes.
So
February 4th.
no worry there. The worry was around Washington Sundar, which we've also given you an update about.
Yeah. So yeah, but why Shreyas in the squad?
Yeah, I think this is also to tell Shreyas that he happens to be in the reckoning for T20
No, but at
cricket.
that time, who would you bring in also if you needed a
Correct.
Yeah, but
a batter?
also I think this was to tell Shreyas, he had that injury, but that was ODI cricket. But T20 you could not adjust him despite the highs in the IPL. You could not adjust him for the Asia Cup. This was, I think, a sign to tell Shreyas Iyer that listen, don't think that your efforts have gone in vain or we've forgotten your exploits. You're a wonderful captain. Your batting did not, your batting made all the right noise as well, and you're very much in the mix for us. So yeah, just be in the Indian dressing room.
Okay.
Ashnik is saying, feel for Sanju. His stroke making is such a pleasure to watch. Reminds me of Rohit striking. Hope he scores well or else he'll be dropped. Yeah. Rohit took 5 years to warm up. Sanju's taking 11 years and still warming up.
No, but I mean, again, you don't want or you don't wish for anyone's
No
failure,
way,
right?
no way.
He is a good stroke maker. When he's on flow, he really is a treat to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, he's been inconsistent as well.
I will wave the baton for justice for Sanju Samson ODIs. Average of 57 and strike rate of 99. Doesn't get a game. What can he do? Anshu Mishra, इसलिए number 8 batting compulsory है. You can't go with 7, even with Steve Waugh Australia like players. Yeah, you can't.
Though you could go with 7 if you have those kind of players.
Oh.
Hayden, Matthew,
See, you had Hayden, you had
Ponting,
Martin, you had Simons.
Simons, yeah.
And before Simons, there was the original Iceman, Michael Bevan.
If it's Gilchrist at 7 with the batting lineup, I mean,
Later on, you
In a
found
test
somebody
match,
like
yeah,
a
I mean, that-
Mike. You found Mr. Cricket late in his career, yaar.
Michael Hussey,
Hussey.
oh,
What a guy.
clutch.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, Divyansh Devgan is saying, Sidvi, who were DK, Kohli and Rohit were playing for then in 2019 semi-final? Who scored 0, 1 and faced 25 balls collectively? He's talking about your nasty, mean comment.
Arey.
Divyansh, I agree with you.
But
You
Divyansh-
said about
What did
MS
he say?
Dhoni. He said MS was playing for New Zealand in that match. Semi-final.
Of course. Look,
So who were DK, Kohli and Rohit playing for?
okay. Kohli, after all the success, failed in that one game when he had to do well.
So who were they playing for? Answer that
Hey,
question.
Rohit got you 5 tons in that tournament,
but
yaar.
got out for 1.
Yeah, to, the failures allowed, no?
In the semi-final. Okay. Then
Hey, 5 tons, if I'm not wrong.
648 runs, I know. But
Yeah.
1 run in the semi-final. That's why he doesn't like those 5 tons that he scored. He doesn't remember them, Rohit Sharma.
Somebody else will have to step up, right?
Yeah, but I was never a fan of DK getting a place in the ODI team firstly. On the back of Nidahas, what he had done, he didn't deserve a place in a different format. I'm sorry. That number 4 conundrum bit you back hard and you lost. So, unfortunately, it was a collective failure. Collective failure. 92 for 6 in 32 overs. It needed a miracle, and that miracle never came. So,
Okay, Fit Monk says, who could be our dark horse in the World Cup? My guess, Dubey or Rinku. What's yours, guys?
I'm going Rinku.
रिंकू कैच पकड़ूंगा इसका कैच पकड़ूंगा उसका कैच पकड़ूंगा
You got to appreciate where he's placed as well. The ball's almost sort of best friends with him. It's magnetic, the kind of connection he has
and
with
more
the
with the ball. His fielding might win the games for us.
I'm going dark horse now.
Yeah.
Ishan Kishan.
Oh.
Indeed, can happen.
And the way that you're playing, the brand of cricket you want to take forward, Rinku Singh's going to get opportunities with the bat, for sure. I just hope he's able to do justice to the faith.
Yeah.
Also, high caliber man, should be able to do it.
Yeah. Babar
Babar
Azam.
Azam is here.
Oh,
Is he not
wow.
playing the T20I?
He is.
Bobsy.
Yes.
Have you seen that meme gone viral about them
Momos.
warming up?
Momos. That one.
That.
There's a momos wala meme also. I think you want to say most of the time. Most of the time you want to say momos. Whatever.
Whatever. I don't know.
Goosebumps.
Booze bump. But we were reminded, right? We should again.
Babar Azam is here. He says, Nick, sir, you are extremely sophisticated journalist. Never saw you getting hyper or making below the belt statement about anybody. By the way, are your ancestors from Bhera? Yes, they are. My mother's side is from Bhera. It's a small town near Pindi. That's my mother's ancestral village. When I'd gone to Pakistan, I'd mentioned that. So a lot of people from there, I told you earlier, also sent me videos from that town.
Wow.
So I even said, so my mother's a Sethi, so there was in Punjabi, Sethi on the Mohalla. So all the Sethis would stay. So people actually went to that and shot videos and sent it to me.
Wow.
From there. Saying this is how it looks now. So I shared it with my mother. So she was very overwhelmed to see. Because she knows all the stories, this way. But I mean, she couldn't I don't know if the house is there or she can place it. But for that, you'll have to physically go and do it. I didn't have time to do that. I need a lot of time. And now I'll never get a chance also to. I don't think we'll ever get a visa ever again.
Indeed.
So.
Wildlife Unlimited. I don't think we should carry on with Sanju. Harshit Rana for sure, he will play in World Cup over Arshdeep, but he's 25% of Arshdeep. As a batter also, he's hit and miss guy. So I wish he would not get a chance to play.
No, I don't agree with that statement that he plays ahead of Arshdeep. No. I think Arshdeep will play. In fact, Harshit will not make the 11.
Yes.
I think your 11 is going to be an Abhishek, and then with him Sanju/Ishan, whoever that is, and then Tilak at 3, Surya at 4, you've got Shivam Dubey at 5, Hardik at 6, you've got Rinku at 7, Akshar at 8, then you'll have Varun, your spinner 9, and 2 fast bowlers in Bumrah and Arshdeep.
Because you already have a Hardik, so you don't need any other.
And you're starting the tournament with Varun.
This is your team. And on a given day, you really have a ranked turner, you might then be resting Arshdeep and bringing in a Kuldeep. That's a possibility, because India did that in Dubai. They used to do that.
Yes.
But those are very rough and dry. So if you get a Chennai sort of a pitch, if it is like the old Chennai, I don't know, like that.
I think India not
playing. India not playing there. So, but I mean, is like a pitch like Colombo.
That's where I think you'll see 3 spinners.
Yeah. So you might do that there.
Yep. Smaran is saying Sanju Samson is a player who can play better in domestic cricket. He's not had a temperament for big stages game, hence he's a better choice. Ishan should open with Abhishek. I second that. Ishan with Abhishek. I mean, imagine 3 left-handers in your top 3.
One last chance for Sanju Samson.
In his hometown.
One last chance.
Yeah.
Otherwise it looks dark for him.
Manoj Karunakaran is saying Sanju's form is a big concern. Hope he gets back to form at his home game. He's a very critical cog. I mean, not clog.
Yeah.
Vicky is saying India just need one bad game in knockouts to derail their campaign. Surya is not ruthless in his captaincy like Rohit. Surya is happy-go-lucky.
Don't go by his
that
demeanor.
also
Actually,
works.
Rohit was also happy.
Happy-go-lucky, exactly. Don't go by his
He's even more
demeanor.
forgetful than Surya. Oh, he's Yedanna.
That guy who does his...
I know, he's too good.
हो गया यार ये वो ना
अरे वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको वो
रोहित भाई हाँ
he's too good. Yeah, mimicry wise he's excellent. Xerox indeed.
Very well.
Yeah.
Okay guys, on that note, thank you. We'll wind up this edition of the Dugout. See you tomorrow. Friday, will Pakistan take a call?
Yes. Or Monday.
No, I think it'll be Monday.
Monday.
And I think...
Why not Friday?
Not I think. I'm telling you. They just want to
They
create
want to
a issue and drag it. They're going to take a call and they are coming to the World Cup.
I don't know why the PCB is just trying
I know.
rival. It's good cinema. Pakistan makes good cinema, good soap operas. Don't challenge
Their
that
cinema
industry.
isn't great. Their soap operas.
Soap operas are good, yes.
I don't know why they want to get into a fight with them.
I mean,
fight for TRPs.
The one time I will say...
No need of this soap opera. The industry is doing very
No,
well. Don't challenge
the one
it.
time I will say Pakistan is better than India and this is their soap operas. At least they end...
No, one more thing. The Coke Studio.
Coke Studio, yes.
Far better.
Indeed,
So that's
indeed.
part of that.
Yeah, but their soap operas, yeah, they at least end. Not like our serials that go on and on.
Very,
and good stories.
They are very realistic.
Yes.
Ours very dramatic. dang music,
Oh.
over the top.
Who sleeps with
exaggerated.
their jewelry on here?
Yeah,
In the mahals, come on.
There's a very realistic.
Exactly.
Actually, some of our serials in Doordarshan used to be like
Exactly,
that.
that-
Like Bunyad, Hum Log, they were very realistic.
Those
family.
90s had so much flair in India when it came to series. At least
Yeah.
they had stories. This has no story. It has khichdi.
They still make their dramas like that. Very
That's why their dramas are excellent.
Yeah, they are. Shakar Gandhi is same. I know I got trolled also for that. That is same, both here and there. That reminds me, I had Shakar Kandi this morning.
Oh.
Superfood. And winters
Yeah.
should have it. Very nice. I got it in the air fryer. Got it made in the air fryer. Very nice.
Nice.
You could be having Shakar Kandi again this evening.
No. There won't be Shakar Kandi there. Different kind of Shakar.
Yes.
Juice of grapes. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you.
Nandri, Shubhratri, Shabba Kari, vegetable.